In this video, we're going to be looking at this question where we want to find the value of a when the value of x is 20 and the value of y is 10. Here we have an increment and decrement operator expression. We just need to substitute the value of x and y to evaluate the value of a. Now, if you watch the video on increment and decrement operators, the first thing you need to do is separate the increment or decrement operator expressions from your binary operators. So here we're going to add brackets around this expression so that we clearly know what are our increment or decrement operator expressions or terms and what are our binary operators. Now we can go ahead, substitute for the values of x and y and solve the question. First, we'll track the values of x and y because if you remember, the increment and decrement operator terms are going to change the values of x and y. The value of x is 20 and the value of y is 10. These are our initial values. Then we'll take our expression. A is equal to plus x times y minus x plus x. Now we can just substitute for the values of x and y. The first term is a pre-increment term. Here the plus operator comes before the x. This means we're going to increase the value of x by 1 first, and then we're going to use the value of x in our expression. So we're going to increase the value of x by 1 to get 21, and then we're going to be using this 21 in our expression. So here I'm going to use 21 in our expression. And then you have a binary operator, the asterisk. After this you have y minus. Now this is different. Here you have a post decrement operator. Here, since the variable comes first, you can use the value of the variable first, and then you're going to be decreasing the variable by 1. So since our variable is currently 10, we're going to use 10 first, and then we're going to decrease 10 by 1 to get the new value of the variable 9. Then we have the subtraction operator, so minus, and the next term is a post decrement. We have x minus. Remember, just look at the order. Since x comes first, we're going to be using the value of x first, which is 21. And then since we have the minus operator, you're going to be decreasing x by 1. So we're going to decrease x by 1 to get 20. And then we have the plus operator. Finally, we have the term minus x. This is a pre-decrement, meaning since the minus operator comes first before the x, we're going to be decreasing the value first. So here we're going to be decreasing x by 1 to get 19, and then we're going to use this new value of x in our expression. So we're going to be using 19 over here. Now we can try to evaluate this expression. We have 21 times 10, which is 210, minus 21 plus 19. This is just going to be 208. So if you look at the final values, the value of a is 208, the value of x is 19, and the value of y is 9. And to show this, in my code editor, I created the variable x, the variable y, and a, and I set it to this expression that we've seen before. I also added 3 println statements to print the values of a, x, and y. When I run this program, we can see that we get our output as 208, 19, and 9. This is exactly what we expected.